President Akufo-Addo is in Liberia to witness the swearing of President-elect George Oponwia, scheduled to take place today in Monrovia, in Liberia. The president departed on Sunday and is expected to return on Tuesday, January 23, 2018. President Akufo-Addo left the country in the company of the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Shirley Ayoko-Boche, the Minister for Finance, Ken Oforiatta, Minister for National Security, Albert Kandapa, and officials from the presidency. And due to the absence of President Akufo-Addo and Vice President Dr. Bawumia, Speaker of Parliament Professor Aaron Mike Okoye had to be sworn in as acting presidents.
I, Professor Michael Aaron Okoye,
in compliance with Article 6012
in compliance with Article 6012
of the 1992 Constitution of the Republic, do in the name of the Almighty God swear,
do in the name of the Almighty God swear,
that I will be faithful and true
that I will be faithful and true
to the Republic of Ghana,
to the Republic of Ghana,
that I will at all times preserve,
that I will at all times preserve,
protect
and defend
the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana,
the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana,
and that I dedicate myself
to
the service and well-being of the people,
to the service and well-being of the people
of the Republic of Ghana,
and
to do right to all manner of persons. I further solemnly swear that should I at any time break this oath of office, I shall submit myself to the laws of the Republic of Ghana. And suffer the penalty for it. So help me God.
And after swearing the speaker in as president, Minority Leader Haruna Idrisu called for full disclosure of the vice president's current health condition. His utterance followed a former statement from the office of the president indicating that the vice president, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, had left for the United Kingdom on medical leave.
For purposes of today, we can only wish His Excellency the Vice President well. Allah wa ta'ala should grace him with his grace to come back to the office. But Mr. Speaker, we are not happy with government communicators at the office of the presidency. I'm just bringing it. I'm saying not for today. This is Parliament. Mr. Speaker, it's a sensitive matter. I could be ill myself, but Mr. Speaker, they should communicate well. I will run away from that comment. I will make it for the record. They should communicate well. I've cited a letter where they say it's on medical leave. What medical leave? Please, where's matter? Mr. Speaker, I congratulate Professor Mike Okoye. We'll show you evidence of the letter. So answer department, I'll pick a letter signed by the Chief of Staff.
Well, later Sunday, the minority addressed the press. They accused Chief Justice Sophia Ekufo of altering the oath taken by the Speaker. Here's Member of Parliament for Boko Central and Chairman of Parliament's subsidiary Legislative Committee of Parliament, Mahama Yariga.
So, strictly speaking, he did not subscribe to the oath set out in the Constitution. The framers of the Constitution should have foreseen that there will be three categories of people who will be taking the oath. One will be an actual president elected to the office of the president. The second will be a vice president who is taking up the job of a president when a president demises. And the third will be when the president and vice president are unable to exercise their functions and a speaker has to exercise that function. So they should have provided in the schedule three different oaths, taking into consideration these three circumstances under which the oath will be taken. But because they didn't do that, today you notice that the Chief Justice had to present an amended version of the oath actually set out in the Constitution for the Speaker to subscribe to. So that's the first issue.
We'll have more conversations on the back of this on AM Talk later this morning. Let's move on. Those students of Weweso Municipal Assembly Basic School in the Asokore Mampong municipality will no longer sit on the bare floor for academic work. This follows intervention by Member of Parliament for Oforikrom, Dr. Emmanuel Mafo, who donated some 1,000 pieces of door desk. Education authorities there describe the gesture as timely. Here's Nana Asenso Mensah's report.
Until now, children sat in threes and fours on the few desks available while others sat on the bare floor. A situation teachers say was a disincentive for smooth academic work. Authorities say the gesture by the MP is timely as inadequate furniture for students cause congestion and impedes efficient teaching and learning. Metro Director of Education, Monica Ankra, admonishes students and teachers to keep the desks in good shape at all times.
Then my teachers, we need to be very, very responsible enough to take good care of these things. To my school children, count yourself lucky. I could see the smile on your faces that you are so happy to receive this furniture. But don't drag them. Know how to use them, maintain them, make good use of them, so that in future we'll have a cause to say that our opinion leaders, our MPs, are so passionate about education.
Dr. Mafo says he is committed to ending the era of inadequate furniture in classrooms in all schools in the constituency.
First of all, by 2018, my aim is to end the problem of children, school pupils not having chairs to sit on when they go to school. And so what we have decided to do is to first of all do 1,000 dual desks for the schools, the public schools in the constituency. That is for 2017. We are hoping that 2018 we will do another at least 1,000 so that by the end of 2018 the problem of school children having to pay money to get a place to sit in public schools will end in this Oforikrom constituency.
Reporting for Joy News, Nana Asenso Mensah.
Elsewhere, health facilities without regulatory agency council certification will no longer be accredited by the National Health Insurance Authority by June this year. Acting Registrar Matthew Yautreme says stakeholder consultation is in progress to enforce the law. He was speaking at Allied Health Professional Sensitization Workshop in Kumasi, from where Love FM's Kwesi Deborah reports.
National Health Regulatory Agency Act 829 stipulates a person shall not operate a facility unless the facility is licensed. However, a memorandum of understanding with the National Health Insurance Authority exempts public facilities which were assumed to observe high standards. The NHIA was therefore allowed to accredit such facilities to provide services to its subscribers. The authority has now decided to enforce the law to regulate both private and public facilities for standard uniformity for enhanced service delivery.
over the years, the government has been responsible, Ministry of Health has been responsible under Ghana Health Service to make sure that certain things are in place. And in fact, in terms of resources and equipment, I think the government facilities are okay, all right? But we need to ensure that that is the case. And we need to take them through the process of registration according to the Act. The information that we need to have in place, the practitioner in charge, the equipment that they have, and the specifications that they have, and the personnel that work there. Because we have stories of certain public facilities that have pharmacies that are being operated by MCAs and not qualified pharmacies. So we need to check all that. Now, as I said, because it's a government facility, it's going to be a bit complicated. So we're going to have a stakeholders meeting.
Acting Registrar of Allied Health Professionals, Dr. Samuel Poku, advocates legislative instrument to enforce council's regulations.
The absence of the LI that will operationalize the Act. The Act just gives the framework of the district, but how to operationalize the Act, will be taken from the LI. So we need to the LI to be put in place so that it gives the direction as to how specific problems have to be addressed. So if I get the LI, I'm able to increase my human resources capacity. We have office to operate from and improved transport system. We'll be able to carry out most of the things that we have set for ourselves.
The council is in the process of setting up 3 zonal offices in Kumasi, Sekondi, and Tamale. Reporting for JoyNews, Kwesi Deborah.
A public hearing on the creation of a proposed OT region out of the Volta region as in Nsuta Buem in the Jasikan district was marred by violence. The venue became chaotic when the paramount chief of the traditional area, Togbiga Gabusu, arrived with his subjects holding placards with inscriptions indicating their demand for the integration of the entire Hohoi municipality into the new region. Fred Kwame Asari has more in the following report.
Some of the placards which read, "No racial tattoos, Hohoi municipality cannot be disintegrated. We want unity in diversity," incited the youth of Buem, who indicated inscriptions on the placards negates the creation of the proposed OT region. The irate Buem youth wrestled the placards, trashed them, and attempted to beat the youth from the traditional area, who were whisked away under police protection.
Who will stand against getting OT region down, because we want to be free from those people. The Southerners want to cheat us. We wouldn't like them to cheat us. Now we need our region. OT region is real and we need it. So anybody who stands against us by so doing, bringing any placard that will stand against bringing OT region down, we are also against it. But their request is just to join the new region. No. What they are writing here doesn't mean that unity. So we want to tell them, no, they shouldn't bring that. It should be dialogue. But what they are bringing is lawful. That's right.
The Volta Regional Minister, Dr. Archibald Lecha, and his deputy, Maxwell Blagoji, were seen trying to calm tempers of Togbiga Gabusu, who was very furious at the turn of events. Togbiga Gabusu, who left the public hearing abruptly, expressed his disappointment at the turn of events. The traditional ruler has been advocating for the integration of the entire Hohoi municipality and not a section of it, which includes 4 traditional areas, as stated in the petition for the creation of the proposed OT region. Fred Kwame Asari, reporting for JoyNews, Buem, Nsuta.
The Accra Regional Police is on their hands for 7 suspects who broke out of the Kwabenya police station after fatally shooting an inspector who tried to prevent the jailbreak. The 7, a Nigerian and 6 Ghanaians, are currently on the run after they were aided by some gunmen who stormed the station on Sunday. The police is, however, unable to provide the identity of one of the 7 jailbreakers because they could not trace a picture in his file. Here's Latif Idris with the rest of the story.
This place was crime scene just hours ago. It all happened around 1:30 a.m. Sunday dawn when armed men came in here with their guns, shot at police personnel here, and broke out some of their colleagues who were being held here at the police station. Right behind me, you would find the holes created by the gunshots fired by the armed men who stormed the police station around 1 a.m. What we know now is that they successfully broke out their colleagues who were in here. What I've also gathered here from people who were close to the police station is that, in fact, this is not the first time nor the second time inmates of the station have tried to break out.
How it happened, actually, we an update that we will share if it will not compromise our investigation.
So there were 7 suspects in custody?
No, there were more suspects, more than 7.
Okay, but the 7 managed to escape?
Yes. We still met some who were still there.
Oh, so some stayed behind?
Yes.
How many of them stayed behind?
I have to get that figure.
But how far have you gone with investigations? Do you have any leads yet?
Yes, I know that our operations lady, which was led by our Director General of Police Operations and also the Regional Commander, they conducted some swoops this night. And we are screening them to find out.
How many?
I can still not tell because we went to different locations. So that work is also underway.
Were these officers, who were at post here at the time of the incident, were they armed?
Every station, we have an armed guard. So that has been the standard police practice. But what really happened would come out in the course of our investigation.
A brother of the slain police officer told JoyNews how the death of their kinsman reached the family. He, however, charged the police to ensure perpetrators of the crime are brought to book.
Just this dawn, one of my brother from our hometown called that he saw on the net that Asilevi was shot. I say, how? He said there was some armed robbers attacked the Kwabenya police station. So I decided to drive here this morning to come and witness myself. So when I got here, I realized I saw the officers, and then I realized that the story was true. It's a breadwinner of the family, a father, an uncle, a brother, everything for the family. Yeah, so it's a great loss for the family.
This would, however, not be the first time inmates of the Kwabenya police station have tried to break out of jail. Some residents who spoke to JoyNews said the police have had cause to shoot at some jailbreakers in the past. Well, that's it for the news, at least for now. We do have a lot more news, and you'll see that in a bit when we run through the news portals. But first, we're going to start off with the newspapers. So, for instance, you see on the front page of the Finder newspaper, they say 2 cops killed, 7 suspects freed at Kwabenya police station. But one of the deaths in terms of the police officers, one at the Kwabenya police station, but the other in Cape Coast, somewhere in Gomoa, where we're told that a cargo truck ran over this police officer, killing him in the process. We'll bring you details of that in the newspapers. But of course, our mission accomplished. A JoyNews special assignment. That's also well captured on the front page of the Finder newspaper. First Lady commits to help improve the health sector, and that's at the commissioning of this MBU units at the Komfanochi Teaching Hospital. Stay with me. When I come back just in a little bit, we've got lots of the newspapers for you, and then we will go online as well in terms of the online portals. There's something happening in the US. They say the federal government has been shut down. What does that mean? All those details coming up in a little bit. Stay with us. You're watching the AM Show.